Good morning. It is Wednesday, the 26th of October, and I'm reading from UCB Word of the Day. You can actually go and you can listen to these online. They have a whole podcast. They're on digital radio everywhere. I think they have a TV station as well. Anyway, so I haven't read this yet. So help for your marriage. Unless the Lord builds the house, they labour in vain who build it. Psalm 127:1 NKJV. Nobody knows more about marriage than God. He not only thought up the idea, he put the first couple together, and his word says, unless the Lord builds the house, they labour in vain who build it. So let's turn to his word and see what kind of help he has to offer your marriage. Be willing to take advice. Solomon says, pride leads to conflict. Those who take advice are wise. Proverbs 13:10 NLT. So before the argument reaches a stalemate and the stalemate becomes a full-blown crisis, get input from a trusted friend or counsellor. That takes humility, but it pays great dividends. 2, don't stop talking. Even though something seems obvious to you, don't assume your mate can read your mind. Very true. And don't resort to the silent treatment. Tell your husband or wife what's bothering you, even if it means working through a disagreement. It's when you don't care enough to disagree that things fall apart. Keep your love alive. Building a strong marriage means falling in love over and over again with the same person. Paul writes, use your head so that your love is sincere and intelligent, not sentimental gush. Philippians 1.9 MSG. It's impossible to escape marital stress, but you can control it by scheduling breaks away from the daily grind. Take a walk together, watch a film you both enjoy, go for coffee, do whatever reconnects you, and let your children know you're taking time out to be together. Not only will they appreciate to help it will help them build a good marriage of their own later on. Very true. I've been married and divorced twice. First marriage to Matt, but we lived and worked together on very close quarters in a yacht for about 6 years and entertaining other guests, very small. So that's about equivalent to 50 years of marriage. And we actually never fought. We very rarely had an argument about something. In the end, we just kind of, maybe the love went. And we wanted different things. He wanted to stay on boats. I wanted to be ashore. And anyway, it's fine. And then the second one, he loved me for all the things he said he loved me. And then he tried to clamp down, stop me being that person. And we sat down and we tried to talk about it. And sometimes you can't find the right words. So we found music. And I think that George Michael's song, I've forgotten the name of it. How, Christina? Come on. Anyway, that, and he would play me a song. And then, because sometimes words, you can't find the right words, but you might find a song that helps. And it does. It's a big thing to just try and take time and have some time together, because people get a bit complacent and a bit lazy. And I've been in relationships where, all of a sudden they were doing everything for you and then nothing. They expect you to do everything. And they just say, I've done a hard day's work, and they've worked 5 or 6 hours, and come on, what's for dinner? And when you work from home and you're doing a million different things, they don't understand, they don't see that. They think, you're just at home lazing around, sitting in the garden or watching TV. And it's like, well, how do you think? That's part of my work, gardening, filmmaking, documentary making. So I'm learning things, and the washing and the ironing doesn't get done on its own. We don't have servants, and it became that I became the servant. I remember on my hands and knees scrubbing my own kitchen floors, so that I could get dressed up and go to a New Year's Eve party and be Cinderella for the day. Of course, next day, I'm still cooking New Year's Eve lunch. But never mind, that's all in the past. But there are things just to think about, and it goes both ways. Try and appreciate each other. Well, you might have different things to do, but then also do different things together with your friends. You know, give the missus a night out, or give the guy a night out with the boys, you know. If it's difficult these days, because of course people are a bit skint, but it's just talking. Don't the silent treatment. Screaming doesn't solve anything either. Screaming really doesn't. Shouting and screaming. I hear so many people just cursing, and it's like, oh, it's just horrible. I mean, so don't do it. Try not to. I mean, I do say that F word sometimes, but I try not. I just do it with friends in a fun way. I am no angel. Anyway, saying that, siempre amor. I'm going for my. I just did an 8K an 8 mile ride on the stationary exercise bike in the garden. So I've done my cardio, and now I am going to take a slow walk. So I wish you all a lovely day. It's coming up to Halloween, and all the kids are getting excited, which is lovely. And yeah, so catch you anon. Bye bye. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button.